Friday night on a Sunday morning. That's the music of Horace Silver entitled Barbara. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you? You look beautiful out there. Please welcome our singers to the stage. Shasta Bridges is on deck this morning. Give it up for Shasta, Ty Andrews, and Liz John. Good morning. We invite you to stand as we sing together our opening song. It's called Grateful. Good morning.
Grateful for this day, for the love we share. Good morning, everybody. You may be seated. Wow. Look at all you. You know, we have an amazing group called Kinetic Ascent, which is the 20, 30-somethings. They don't like to be called young people because they're people who just happen to be younger than me. And most of us in this room. But they're just awesome. They're just amazing. And, you know, one of our Kinetic Ascent people is back. He has been on the road constantly doing this very thing, speaking in centers around the United States. Javon Seeley, stand up. And he has a book out, and he's just promoting it. You go, mister, with your conscious self. So we're glad you're here. I gave him a hard time. I said, what are you doing? You should be at work. You should be at some center somewhere. But we're glad he's here. Thank you so much. Also, too, a big contingency of our people are in the park. That is Piedmont Park for Gay Pride. And I was there early yesterday setting up. And many people have been working the booth and spreading the news of Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta. So if any of you are out there who had anything to do with setting the booth up or actually worked the booth yesterday, raise your hand, show us who you are. Stand up. Janet was out there. Stand up. There you go. Whoop, whoop. Thank you so much. And if you're so inclined today and want to get through all those some like 300,000 people scheduled to be in the park today, if you want to go be amongst them, please stop by the booth and say hello. And we just want to acknowledge them. So many other wonderful things going on, but first and foremost, our beloved David Aurelio has been home in Ohio this past week with his father, again going through a lot of the stuff that one does with elder parents. And, you know, he's an only child, and so a lot of that responsibility is falling on him. He is scheduled to travel back and be with us tomorrow, but I just want you collectively as a family to hold him in your hearts and send him his well wishes, and knowing that safe return and that all of those intricacies are working themselves out beautifully. I know he would appreciate that. I also know that when you see him next Sunday, if you would hug him tightly, that he would also appreciate that as well. And speaking of pride and all things just gorgeous and beautiful is the lovely Lane Morgan, who is standing in for him today.
So first service, he called me Miss Pride. And I said, no, I saw several versions of Miss Pride yesterday, and I can't compete. I can't compete. So I'll just let Miss Pride be in the park. But anyway, I'm Lane Morgan. I'm the ministerial intern here, and I'm so thrilled to have you at the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta this morning. And where two or more are gathered together, there shall be announcements, and I have some announcements for you. So our pledge drive for 2016 continues today. We are in the process of collecting pledge forms, and we want you to participate. Inside your program, we've made it easy. We've put the pledge form in there. If you have not submitted yours yet, please consider doing so today. You can drop it in the offering plate. There's a beautifully wrapped box out in the lobby to collect that as well. And we are so excited because we have inched closer and closer to our goal of $50,000, and we are now at $46,000 and some change. So we're getting closer and closer. So your contribution would make a difference. Thank you so much for doing that. And let's see, we also have a great opportunity coming up on SLCA Online. It's great because I'm doing it. I'm serious. I'm offering a free webinar on October 20th at 7:00 p.m. My topic is called Radical Self-Care. So if you're interested in looking at ways that taking care of yourself impacts your spirituality, this would be perfect for you. And again, it's free. So I hope that you'll sign up. You can get on our website and do that. And I understand that on SLCA Online, there's some new opportunities coming. More details will be coming forward to you. We're always offering things for you in the online opportunity as well. And if you are thinking about leaning into this community a little bit more and getting involved, there are several ways that are currently open, and we have some positions to fill. First of all, we need ushers. So if you are interested in being an usher, Miss Maddie, our head usher, would love to talk with you about how to serve in the usher position. You have to be able to wave your hand and be beautiful like Maddie. But you actually give out programs and help people get seated. And then we also need greeters. And greeters are those beautiful souls that stand at the front door and look for people who might look lost, help them get to where they're going. And they also give us hugs every Sunday morning too. So a greeter is also an opportunity to serve. And our youth program is looking for volunteers in different classrooms. So if children are your thing and you would be willing to serve one Sunday a month in our youth program, please see Mary Jane, or any of the staff members can give you information about any of these opportunities to serve your spiritual family. Also, I'm excited to let you know that the SLCA Pet Ministry is taking off. We kicked it off with the beautiful animal blessing on September 19th, and we're now forming teams of service. So if that's of interest to you, I'll be out in the lobby after the service and be happy to answer questions. But we're also kicking off our first pet food drive. We're supporting Pet Buddies Food Pantry, which gives pet food to homeless people and their pets, and also to low-income families. So if that speaks to you, we're going to be collecting food all the way to the end of October. So we hope you'll join that ministry. Again, I'll be out in the lobby to talk about that. We have been here in Atlanta serving this community spiritually for 36 years. That's so exciting. Yes. We celebrate our anniversary the second Sunday of every November. So on November 8th, when we celebrate, we're going to be actually starting our celebration all weekend long, starting with a live recorded event on Friday, November 6th. We would love for you to come and be a part of our music history. We'll be recording the Sound of Light Choir, and we'll have a sing-along of all of our signature songs. So we hope that you'll come and be a part of that. Tickets for that concert are $10, and we are providing childcare, so we hope you'll be a part of that on that Friday night. I think that's it. Or do we have any first-time visitors here? Anyone coming to this SLCA for the first time? Please stand up so our ushers can see you. You can take that empty CD case out to the lobby, and you'll be given a talk prepared especially for you. And also for new members, we are having orientation. If you're interested in membership, on December the 6th, the first Sunday in December, please come to new member orientation. Have a blessed week.
All right. And about that concert on November the 6th, I have that, the first edition, I guess you could call it, the first edition of the choir CD from last year. I play that thing in my car all the time, and it makes me smile because it's just so indicative of us as a community and just the historical nature and the sentiment behind it. I just love it. And we're going to recreate that again. So we'll have volume 2. So you're going to want each edition for everybody that you know. So if you do buy one of those, if you haven't ever availed yourself of that CD, you can buy it, and all of those monies go towards the Creative Arts Department. So again, come and join all of us on that Friday night. Stand, please, with your programs. On the inside is our Declaration of Principle, and I invite you to read this with me. I believe in one God, one absolute power and first cause to all things. I believe that this power is perfect love, and it creates out of a desire to express love. I believe that all thought is creative, and how I choose to think creates my personal experience. I believe in the unity of all life and the immortality of the individual soul forever unfolding. I believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of God to all. If you remain standing, we have a new song for the month. It's on the inside of your program called Behold.
Behold, the kingdom of God is within you. Not just a place to get into someday far away. It's something that you can tap into, a strength that will help you to get through each day by faith. Oh, you to get through each day by faith. Oh, behold. Oh, behold.
Behold that person around you and say, my God, you're good looking. All right. Whew. They say one of the greatest gifts that we can give ourselves is the ability to stop and to listen, the ability to get quiet, because it is in the intention of giving ourselves that gift that we position ourselves to be able to hear the vastness of solution, to hear all of that intuitive knowledge that wants to come and interweave itself and manifest itself in our life. And if we don't give ourselves the luxury to do that, then we miss. And so there's something very sacred about stillness and quiet. And so we're going to enter into that time, and I'm going to invite you to just maybe position yourselves, take everything off of your lap. And today we're going to welcome our practitioner for the day who's going to lead us in our affirmative prayer, Liz Akar.
Wow. As I look around, welcome, and how wonderful. I would just want everybody just to take a breath in for a minute. Just take a breath in. Let that breath out. Center yourself for just a minute and feel yourself in here and feel the energy around here. The energy in this room, the wonderful love that's in this room, the unconditional love that's in this room, the connection that's in this room if you just allow it. Breathe that in. Breathe it in through your heart. Breathe in that knowing, that love. Center yourself right here, right now. As I move into this, I'm going to say this in first person, and I encourage all of you to take this on as your truth. This is what I know. There is one infinite creative source, the thing itself, the thing that I'll choose to call God in this moment. And I know that I am a part of this energy, of this wonderful source. It feels so good to know that. I am an individualized expression. And with that, I know that at the heart of all of it, it's love. It's love and connection. And if anything unlike that comes into my mind, I can take myself right here, right now, back to that moment. This moment right here, and center myself in that and remind myself, love is all there is. Peace, joy, appreciation, those higher vibrational levels, as I align with that, I can choose a new way of feeling and a new way of being. I can feel it and it feels good. I just sit in that for a moment. I imagine something that I love, and I bring that into this space right here, right now, because this is the moment I have in time. Anything else in the future that I might worry about, that's not my truth. Unless I choose to focus on it and create it. And I know I don't have to do that. I can bring myself back to a fresh thought, I can bring myself right back to here, right now. It feels so good. So I remember to center myself in my body, to just be. It really can be that simple if I choose it to be. With that, I expand my energy out again and think about those in this room. Think about everybody that is here. I connect with them. I feel the love. I send my love. I feel those people in here. Today I reach out maybe to someone new and make a new connection because I know we're all one. And as I go forth with those thoughts, more come back to me. And with that, I am so grateful for this knowing, for this belief, for this trust, for this feeling. It feels delicious. I relish in it. That's what feels good. I release these words out into the ethers, out into the law, knowing that it is already here, right now. And with that, I say, and so it is.
With every prayer, I breathe the heart of God. I breathe the love of God through me. With every prayer, I breathe the heart of God. I breathe the love of God through me. As I open and allow, I know right here and now, I create a world where wonders never cease. With every prayer, I breathe the heart of God. I breathe the love of God through me.
Thank you so much, Liz. How beautiful is that? Please welcome Ty Andrews and Shasta Bridges. We close our affirmative prayer with music, and this is going to anchor us into some of the experiences that some of us are feeling throughout the Gay Pride weekend. This song is in honor of our Gay Pride celebration this weekend. It's called Blessing. It's written by Scott Allen.
I'm taken aback by allegations. I misdirected my life. I've changed, I'm a different man. How I love ain't right. But I only wish you would understand. Who I love is exactly what God has planned. Just try to remember that I'm still your baby, your blood, have your eyes, have your smile. I'm sorry this hurts you, I'm sorry this numbs you, but I'm not ashamed to. It's fire I've inflamed. I was given this gift to love from heaven's hands. Don't abandon me now for loving another man. All I ask is in time, you give me your blessing. Ooh.
I know deep down you love
could use that love right now. I know time heals the hurting. I just hope you come around. 'Cause I'm finally proud to state who I am. And your closed-minded thoughts won't leave me condemned. And I'm sorry you're hurting, and I'm still your baby. Your blood, have your eyes, have your smile. And nothing has changed here, I'm still the same. And I've been given this love by heaven's hand. I know this is not the life you had planned. Please don't misjudge me, 'cause I love another woman. I'm asking your blessing. Give me your blessing.
Cause I couldn't remain living inside this lie. Every day that I did, more and more of me died. I'm just here to remind you that I'm still your baby. Your blood, have your eyes, have your smile. I didn't mean to hurt you, I'm sorry you're wounded, but I'm not ashamed of this fire I've inflamed. I was living this life for somebody else. Now this is my chance to live it for myself. All I ask is the time you give me your blessing. Oh, your blessing. Your blessing.
Shasta Bridges and Ty Andrews, thank you so much. Beautiful.
Beautiful. That was and is the continuing song in many people's hearts as they go about their journey of self-discovery. I have a new relationship, and it's with this guy named Copernicus. I don't know what is up with this guy. He will not leave me alone. It's like every time I dive deep into some kind of research, I go down in a rabbit hole, and boom, there he is, Copernicus. So much so that, I call him the Pernster. We have terms of endearment for one another. But, I was thinking about him and the fact that back in the 16th century, there was this mass belief that the earth was the center of the world, center of the universe. Like many of us in this room, we think we're the center of the universe, right? As a mass collection, we thought that the earth, this which we knew, was the center, the hub of everything. From our myopic view, that was the only thing that we could surmise. And lo and behold, there comes this guy, this astronomer / scientist, who wanted to challenge that ideal. And it's not that other people might not have had some inkling or question, but a lot of those people didn't do anything with that inkling and that question. And so here comes Copernicus, who wants to challenge that, who wants to go in and face this race conscious, this mass conscious ideal and say, we are not the center of the universe. That the sun is the center of the solar system. And wouldn't it be wonderful if every time someone challenges the status quo, that the status quo goes, yay, good for you. Shake my foundation to the core. Love it. I embrace you. And we applaud them, and we applaud them for the genius that they are. No. What do we tend to do as mass tribal people? We want to crucify anybody that would dare shake our status quo, right? How dare the Pernster come and challenge this ideal? But that's exactly what he did, and much to the same old tactics that we do in our human species. He was attacked. He was imprisoned. Everything that we do to those kinds of outward thinking people was done unto him. We see that every single time someone pushes the envelope. Every single time somebody decides that civil rights is important. Every single time that someone speaks and honors, just like that song, that they honor that which is inside of them and the feelings inside of them. And, those people and those individuals are condemned in many circles. And so we look at that behavior. And what we realize is that what Copernicus was doing and what he was challenging us, and what many other inventors and leading edge thinkers were challenging us, is this: you can't rely on your senses. In other words, you cannot rely on your five senses as the reality for anything. Because what were the mass people doing? They were relying on their visual and their eyesight, and they would see this ball of fire come, and then they would, drop, and then it would go. And so the earth is flat. Makes perfect sense, right? I can't see the spherical nature of it. And so how many of you have that kind of mindset where you're not able to look beyond what your physical eye is telling you is reality? We're just like them. We are. Come on. We are just like them. We get so seduced by the five senses, and that we accept the fact that the world in which we are involved in, is dictated by those, when it's not at all. And Copernicus was one of those who challenged that. And he said, no. He goes, look at this. The sun is the center of our solar system. And so let's have a little science class. So, what is the sun? Seriously, what is the sun? I think we've been taught that the sun is the thing that gives light. That's not true. It's not true. What the sun is, actually, is a mass of energy. It is a mass of energy that is pulsating at such a high frequency, and that frequency is emitting a vibration. What is the sun? It is a mass of energy, and it is emitting and pulsating a what? A vibration. In fact, it's emitting a vibration at something like 400 trillion pulses a second. I kind of feel that way sometimes. 400 trillion pulses a second. And what that then is, it creates what we term as a light wave. And so then what mind does, the mind of consciousness within our being, what we do is then the mind catches that vibration or that light wave, and then that's what we interpret as light. But it's not light, it's the vibration. Do you get it? So mind is interpreting and meeting a vibration. And as it meets and interprets the vibration, then we define it, we have to label it, we have to call it something. But the sun is not the sun, it's a mass of energy. It's a mass of energy that is pulsating and emitting vibration. Now, that's a pretty big mass of energy, isn't it? And yet, guess what? The sun, the thing that is the central part of our solar system, which Copernicus was trying to get everybody to be aware of, we would think maybe that's as big as it gets. But guess what? The sun is an infinitesimal measurement of all that is. The sun is like the hangnail on creation. Right? Just to give you, and that's a scientific measurement, by the way. And yet, think of that. Okay, so the sun is nothing but a massive energy that is pulsating and emitting this vibration. Mind, consciousness, accepts the vibration, labels and interprets it, and calls it light. Now, when those vibrations vary, this is so interesting, when it varies, the light then gets brighter or darker, and it elicits color. So red has a particular vibration. Our mind then receives the vibration, and we label it red. And the same with yellow and green. But those things are not colors. It's the way in which mind is interpreting the vibration. Ooh, science class over. Okay, so it's the interpretation of the sensation of the vibration. And what we come to realize is that senses cannot be relied upon. That everything is about vibration. Vibration. And when we start to understand what a vibration is, then what we are trying to do as our consciousness, our individual consciousness expands, is try to get, here's the word of the day, in alignment with the vibration. The vibration of the all. So what? The sun is just of the all that is. And so when we experience darkness, that does not mean that the sun is not there. Obviously, we talk about this all the time. It's probably one of the most used examples. It just means that where we are positionally, we are not in alignment with the vibration of the light. Now, we could travel and go across the world, and we could keep switching hemispheres, and we could always be in the constant sea of light, or we could move someplace near the equator, which the hours of the day are longer because it's in positioned to that massive energy in a better way. And we could take the metaphor of that and say, anything then that I desire is always there. I just have to be able to position myself to be in alignment with the vibration of that massive energy. Do you get it? And so what that simply means is every single time we say that there's not something, we are lying. We are lying to ourselves, and we are contributing to the mass lie of race consciousness. Just like all of those people in the time of Copernicus. They didn't intentionally lie. They were just ignorant. They were just ignorant of the reality that was beyond the five senses. All of us go in and out of ignorance to the reality that goes beyond our five senses. So what does that mean? That means that if I just have a base need for money, I just need some cash. Right? I just need cash. When I'm in that position, the likelihood of my mind, my consciousness, and its alignment with the vibration of the fact that there is more than I would ever be able to imagine, right? Am I in alignment with that? No. How do I get into alignment with that? You see, that becomes the big question. I could intellectually tell you that prosperity and abundance is the natural state of all that is immeasurable. That if every single individual on planet Earth went after everything that they desired, we would never be able to consume all of the abundance that exists. I can tell you that intellectually. But the juicy part is, how do I apply it personally? I could tell you that in the infinite vast of that, every healing modality, everything that is whole, everything that is in integrity with systems is already in existence in the mass of that all. And yet when I'm in it, when I feel sick, when I have a diagnosis, when I have something going on physically within me, the chances are I'm not in alignment to be able to have and experience the vibration of that and let it consume me. But just because I don't let it consume me and just because I don't know about it doesn't mean it's not there. So here's the quest. Here's the evolution. How do I get there? How do I get into alignment with prosperity? How do I get into alignment with wholeness? How do I get into the alignment that who I am matters? How do I get in alignment with power? Not power from the ego, but power that knows and understands the vitality of my nature and the contribution of what it is that I came to do. How do I get into alignment with that? And so the answer is moment by moment, choice by choice. You ready? Thought by thought. Because you see, thought in and of itself is a mass of energy. Just as the sun is a mass of energy, my thoughts are a mass of energy. And that mass of energy and that mass of energy and your mass of energy and all of the masses of energy are sending out vibrations, and vibrations do what? Like attracts like. And so if the mass of energy and the vibration that I am sending out is, I need something and it's not available to me, then the spiritual law of reciprocity and attraction gets activated, and what happens is I just keep emitting and being in the wavelength of the darkness. I keep emitting and being in the wavelength of the masses who are ignorant. But it doesn't mean that it's not there. So how do I get there? Number one, I have to admit that it's there. I have to admit that there is something beyond my human comprehension that tells me that I live in this space where God is, or whatever I call God, is all that there is. And that it is immeasurable, that it is whole, that it is perfect, that it is perfect alignment. And that little old me, little old you, wherever we are in our individuality, have access to that 24/7 to the degree of our willingness to do it. But I can talk about not having it. I can talk about its inaccessibility. I can talk about for centuries how my family did this and this and this, and that's why I am who I am. It doesn't make it true. You see? It just doesn't make it true. And I have been seduced by the five senses. And so when I become aware of this, and that the responsibility of being in alignment solely rests upon my willingness, moment by moment, to do the work, then it looks like something like this. Ooh, this doesn't feel good. Ooh, wow, this is fearful. Okay, I'm aware that it's fearful. Don't want to spend a lot of time here. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to get into alignment. How does get into alignment look for me? I'm going to think about what it feels like to be free. I'm going to think about if all of these issues that are weighing heavy on my mind were resolved, how would I feel? Ooh, that feels good. Okay, I'm going to hang out here for a little bit. Ooh, look what that person just did. Ooh, I'm out of alignment. Okay, and it's a moment by moment thing. Moment by moment. 5-minute increment after 5-minute increment, hour by hour, day by day, lifetime of muscle building incrementally into getting into alignment. And I will tell you, when you do it, just like anything else incrementally, it works. It works. And you have those pockets of awareness where you go, I'm in alignment. You know, it's those things where everything is just flowing. Why? Because I have positioned myself to be in direct alignment with this mass of energy that is emitting vibrations constantly. And I want to go, they were mean to me. I ain't get it. Can you imagine if that mass of energy could go, seriously? If it could talk back. But it doesn't. All that it does is continuing emitting the vibration of the all. That's all it does. I found a paragraph in the back of the Science of Mind book by Ernest Holmes, and it was titled, "No one gives to us but ourselves." So I went, ooh. So I looked to read what that was about. And it was a little paragraph about this long, and it's interjected in between him dissecting the archetype of the prodigal son, which is probably one of the greatest teaching tools that there are with regards to spiritual law, because every archetype is exhibited in that story. So in this particular paragraph that he called, "No one gives to us but ourselves," we find the young man having spent all of his money, having nowhere to go, having no friendships, the false friends who loved him when he had money, but now that the money's gone, they're all gone, right? Been there? Yeah, some of you were there with me. Okay. And so now he is in the proverbial pig pen. He's with the swine, because that's the only place in the archetype of the story that he can wind up in. And as he is relegated to feeding the swine, he's so hungry, he's so desperate, he's so suicidal, he is so remorseful that as he looks at the husks that he is feeding the pigs, they look pretty good to him. That's how hungry he is. Every single one of us have been there, right? I've seen you in the pig pen. Come on. You took that husk from me that time. And he said, "And he fain would have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him." No man gave unto him. The way, if that just stood alone out of context, we would read that and we'd go, God, those people were mean. No one came to his aid. Where was God? Why would God let somebody wind up in a pig pen with swine, hungry for the husks? What kind of a God is that? You see, and then we go off on this tangent of thinking that some external thing is blocking and preventing you and I from experiencing the massive energy that is emitting the vibrations of everything that you could ever desire, which is not true. And so Ernest said, how true this is, that no one can give unto us but ourselves, and no one can rob us but ourselves. There are no gods to say us nay, for we are the life we live. In our greatest extremity, in the moment of great need and dire distress, who can help or serve us? All of our troubles come from an isolated sense of being. We alone can return to the Father's house, which is the archetype of being in alignment vibrationally with the all. No one can align you in being in that straight juxtaposition of receivership of everything that is already in existence. No one can do that for you. But here's what we do. We see each other in the pig pen and we go, oh my God, come on. And I take you to the Olive Garden. First I give you a shower, then I take you to the Olive Garden. Because it's all you can eat salad, right? So we eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. But in this doing of feeding, there's no conversation whatsoever about how'd you get there. There's no inner inquiry on the person in the pig pen wanting to even be curious as to the why behind all of that. There's just this, oh my God, I'm so hungry, feed me right now. Which is fine. Which is the way in which most activism is built upon. However, if I were to get you showered and I would take you to the Olive Garden and we would be eating, we began to have a conversation about, is this really where you want to be? And do you realize that you have a choice here? Do you realize that you have an opportunity to do something only if you can reconcile the fact that you've had the power all along? And that there is a dual interest in wanting to do that. Then and only then can that individual make the decision to not go back there. What I have soberingly come to understand is, regardless of how many lifelines are tossed out week after week, class after class, year after year, it doesn't matter how many times a message is disseminated, I have no control on the way in which you receive it. Nor do I have control on the way in which you implement it in your life. Even though I've implanted chips in your neck. You think I love to hug. No, what I'm doing is I'm actually going, And I'm sticking that in there. I have screens in my house. And I'm watching every single one of you. Ty's not allowed to go into that room. It's like Control Central. It would be so much easier if that were true. So, here's the thing. Here's the thing. That which is the all cannot reduce itself to our five senses. That which is God, then, the reason why that statement is so powerful, where was God? It said, and no man came unto him. Nothing came to the assistance of this prodigal son in the pig pen. Why? Because God cannot be less than God. Here's what Ernest Holmes said. Harmony can never become discord. So in other words, that which is harmony, which is a beautiful virtue to try and begin to describe the vibration that's coming from that massive energy. It's harmony. How does that play out? Just look at nature. Just look at the cycles of nature. Just look at the intrinsic nature of all of the systems that are made up inside of our human frame. Just look at the way in which the planetary systems, everything is working, that's harmony. That, the virtue of that, is receiving the pulse of the massive energy from the vibration of harmony. And it's exhibiting harmony. That which is harmony cannot be discord. And so nothing is doing it and making the discord happen in my life. I'm sorry. Did you get that? Your discord is not happening outside of you. Your discord is the fact that you are rejecting the vibration of harmony. I bet you wish you hadn't come today. All right. The truth can never produce a lie. So every time we think that we have been lied to or abandoned or separated somehow in this dualistic nature, the truth which is there cannot reduce itself and become a lie. God can never be less than God. Could God enter into a field of strife? Then he would not be God. If God or something like that had come and intervened and done the work for the prodigal son instead of the prodigal son doing the work himself, God could not do that because God does not see strife. So take this now. That which is harmony cannot see your discord. It doesn't look at you as damaged. That which is love, the virtue of love, which is the vibratory emission of that field of energy, can only see you as love. It knows you as nothing else than that. If you know yourself something other than that, that's your self-imposed definition. That which is the all only knows wholeness. It cannot view you and see you as ill. It can only see you functioning in your perfect totality. So if perfect totality and systems are not operating and illness is in my body, it's not that something out there imposed illness upon me. It's that I have distanced myself or blocked myself from the vibration of that which is whole. How do I become healed? How do I become prosperous? How do I become filled with self-love? It's nobody else's mission but my own. Nobody's going to do it for me. People can love me up one side and the other, but if I loathe myself inside, it will not land and it will not mean a thing. And every once in a while, someone is brave enough, like a Copernicus, to come into our lives and to challenge the status quo and the way in which we are perceiving things. Ooh, I had a teacher like that. She was so sick and tired of listening to me bemoan about not having enough money when I was a student. She still apologizes to me today because I just caught her in a moment. You ever caught somebody in a moment? She's going through her own stuff, and she's like, I am so sick and tired of it. And I'm like, that's my teacher. Oh my God. I was so mad at her. I'll show her. I'll earn some money. So in a very skewed way, it worked. But I tell you what, if she hadn't have been willing to be that Copernicus leading edge sensibility, I don't know, because I stopped. In that moment, I had a very sobering reminder that if I'm doing it to her, then I'm obviously doing it to other people as well. And you know, my intentions were a little bit skewed, but I was going to show her. But the thing is that whenever we receive that kind of feedback, we either have the ability to just open up and receive it, or to become defensive and push back and just create for ourselves a different flavor of withhold. So now, yeah, maybe I will get some money, but now I'm going to withhold my love, and I'm going to teach you. And we laugh about that today, and I continue to thank her because she shook my cage of conformity that needed to be shookened. And every single one of us has a cage that needs to be shookened. Tweet that, please. Shookened. God can never be less than God. Could God enter in a field of strife, then he would not be God. God cannot enter into the pig pen. We cannot contract or reduce the infinite, but we can expand the finite, which is us. And no man gave unto him. It is always thus. No one can give to us but ourselves. And so as we begin to look at that and to understand that, how do I open myself up to that vibration? Well, here's the thing. It's not about opening up. It's about seeing that you are already open. It's not about going and fixing and changing something. It's about breathing and simply redirecting the thought that got you there in the first place. It's not about fixing something in the realm of the external. It's about getting quiet. Every single time you get upset, instead of reacting and going out and forcefully trying to rearrange the chairs on the Titanic, you get quiet. And you tap into the intuitive wisdom that wants to guide you productively. And it will show you what alignment looks like. It will show you the right and perfect support system to align with. It will show you what your next directions are to be. But you and myself, we have to be willing to do that for ourselves. Does that make sense? Oh my God, there's so much more, but I'm going to stop. And so it is. All right. Thank you. Copernicus, look him up. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. I'm going to ask Vera Carter. She's handling our teens these days, but she is also on our board of trustees, and she's got some wicked shoes on. Please welcome Vera Carter.
Yes, they are the perfect shoes for sitting, not for standing, and particularly running after teens. Good morning, everybody. I get the privilege of doing the Grateful Giving today. And so this morning I got up and I was thinking, okay, it's going to be my job to do this. And I go into my little quiet space and kind of, do my thing. And I'm reading my little sacred text and everything. And my husband is downstairs getting ready, and I said, okay, well, I'm going to come up with something really profound that I'm going to say and share with people so that they can give, just a little more. I get downstairs, and my husband and I are passing each other in the hallway, and he says, babe, I think what you should do is you should rap. You should rap the Grateful Giving this morning. That will do it. And all I could do was laugh, and I was thinking, I am not in alignment with with rapping.
Oh, you can't go there. You cannot go there.
I got nothing.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. All together now.
Divine love.
I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give. I join in the divine flow. And all that I share,
and all that I share, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is.
You forgot you were David Ault. He does stuff like that all the time. Welcome to Asilomar. He does that. Yeah, Vera. It's the shoes. It's the shoes. Please welcome our music team, Ty and Liz and Shasta, as we come together again for more music. I thought it was Karen Drucker and David Ault all over again. I was like,
All right, we're going to stay with that good feeling. This song is called All Is Well.
Come on, put your hands together. Woo! This is about knowing all is well for our good.
I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday, mistakes of the past. Today all things are all brand new. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? I can change my reality by changing my mind. Perfect peace, joy and happiness is yours and mine.
Winona Judd has nothing on you. I know, right? Please stand. As you stand, I'm going to invite our practitioners to come and line up here. If you would like to know or have a taste of what it feels like to get into alignment, vibrational alignment, with another individual who knows and can facilitate that higher truth for you, then these are the people you want to see. They will be upstairs afterwards, and take a few moments to let them do that affirmative prayer with you as we sing our closing song.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
We love you so much. Have a great weekend, everybody.